Hello fellow YouTubers, I'm Cassandra Joy and welcome to my channel. Today is an impromptu vlog. I wasn't planning on starting the vlog today, but my friend Amanda invited me out for coffee. So I thought, I have a lunch break coming up. That could be fun. We're going to a coffee shop anyway, so I can just finish out my workday there. Before any of you ask, yes, I am still wearing this sweatshirt. I showed you this in the last vlog. It's a little sneak peek sample of something coming to the Joy Club for spring very soon. And I've honestly been living in it all week. Can't talk too much or else I will be late to meet my friend. So I'm gonna start the car, get going. I'll catch up with you in a little bit. Would you like to say hi? Hi. Girl lunch date. Oh, so needed. Both of us have just dressed in sweatshirts today. Is it really a girl's date if you're not cozy, comfy? No. That's what I'm saying.
Have to be comfortable. No bad moods.
Oh no! No bad moods allowed here. Alright, Amanda just left to go pick up her kiddos from school, and I decided that I was just going to stay here for the rest of the workday and just work from the coffee shop. Sorry, every time I move this wiggles. I gotta say, every time I hang out with a friend, it always ends up being this deep heart-to-heart conversation, and it just fills my soul so much. Maybe it's because I'm an extrovert, but I live for that. It just fills up my cup so much, and I always feel so refreshed. I feel ready to take on whatever life has to throw at me. Having best friends for life, multiples of them in my case, is a necessity for me. I couldn't do life without them. And I think the older I get, the more I realize how rare a commodity having a best friend is. I've had so many friends fizzle out over the years, so many. And it's always a little heartbreaking every time, but I always look at it as the friendship served its purpose for as long as I had it. Every time that happens, it refines what I really value in a friend and helps me appreciate those friends who stick around through thick and thin, through all the hard things. That's the mark of a true friend, and they are a rare treasure indeed. All right, heart to heart over, back to work. Hello loves, it's a few days later. Today's Sunday and it is a rainy, gray, dreary day. I had so many springy things I wanted to plan for today. I know technically this weather is very spring coated But I wanted sunshine for what I had planned. I was hoping to decorate the loft for spring today, but it just doesn't feel like the right day to do it. So that's okay. We're gonna pivot and we're gonna do some crafty things instead, because there's nothing more cozy than to do a craft on a rainy day where you're stuck inside anyway. Some of you may have watched the vlog where I decorated my Kindle case. So the Kindle case is actually clear, and I did that on purpose because I wanted to change out what it looked like as often as I wanted to. If I were to have gotten a solid colored case, I would have been stuck with that for a long time. I know some people decorate it with stickers, but I'm just not indecisive. That's not the right word. I just want to change things with my mood or with the season too frequently for something to last me a long time. So I thought I would dig out all of my scrapbooking stuff and figure out what we want to do. Here's the case as it looks now. Let me tilt it so the light doesn't shine on it. Did I do it during Vlogmas? I'm trying to remember. I think it might have been. But I had more subdued colors, sort of like the start of spring. I was trying to wish away winter. That's really what I was doing. I even have a 4-leaf clover. I forget where I found this. It was pressed into a book somewhere. And I thought, I'm gonna add that to my Kindle case. So that will probably move with me if I can keep it nice. I need to think of a new phrase to put on here. The one I have right now is soft girl era, and that still holds true. Maybe I'll look on Pinterest to see if there's any springy phrases we can incorporate. But I'm thinking pink, I'm thinking florals, maybe even some kind of collage. Let me dig out all of my supplies and see what we can brainstorm. Although now that I'm thinking about it, I might change out of this outfit. This is my church outfit and it's very nice. It's not uncomfortable, but it's not cozy. I don't feel like I can relax in this outfit. So I just grabbed a Joy Club sample from my P.O. box, and it is also very spring coated. So maybe I'll wear that for this. You're leaning against my snake plant. Nobody breathe. Nobody blink. This is actually kind of cute. The little foreground blurred out and me in focus. That'd be a cute little thumbnail. Just as a preface, all of the shirts that I'll be selling for the spring collection will have lots of colors to choose from and will be size inclusive. So I'll have a range of, is it small to 4X or extra small to 4X? Something around those lines. Basically, I just want to make sure there's something for everyone. This shirt in particular is one of my only front and back designs. So the front looks like this. Make sure I don't get it in my candle warmer. It's a little strawberry. Let me cover my face so you can actually see it in focus. It's so cute. I love the whimsical, almost watercolor style of it. So that will show up on the front, and then on the back, this is my favorite, will look like this. And that to me just felt so spring. I don't know about you, but I'm already thinking about gardening. I'm planning in my head what I want to do, and I want to do a lot of fruit this year, which is probably why the tote bag on this shirt has a lot of fruit spilling out of it. So I think I'm gonna change into this. 1 second. There we go. What do we think? Also, how do we feel about this cardigan? I was a little chilly with just the short sleeves, but I don't know if it matches. Oh well. Okay, let me get my bag of goodies. This is my bog bag, my trusty bog bag. I originally wanted this to be a beach bag. Somehow it has ended up being my craft bag. I may have to invest, maybe even a bigger one, so that I can utilize that for swimming pool, beach stuff sometime in the future. If any of you wanted a peek at what's inside, it's all scrapbook things. I've got a massive cup of coffee to warm me up. It got real chilly. I was under a blanket for a bit and that was nice and toasty, and then I got up to change and start vlogging and I got real cold real fast. You know, you can feel it warming you from the inside out. Oh. Okay, so let's see. What goodies do we have? I've got this pack of floral paper. The designs look like this. Just as a little sneak peek. I got it from Hobby Lobby, as well as this one. This is Pretty Petals. There we go. Those are also some florals. I definitely want to stick to that. This is really pretty. I don't mind this. I'm actually going to keep it so that I can use it again if I want to. The issue is I don't have another piece of paper this exact size. I'm not sure how I want to copy the size of this because I just tacked it right on to what was already in the Kindle, and I don't want to cover up what I've already done because I'd like to reuse this at some point, or at least have it as an option. Let me just decide what colors I want to go with first. before worrying about sizing it correctly. Let's just flip through this. Ooh, that's pretty, but kind of purple heavy, and I'm not the biggest fan of purple. I know a lot of you are. I'm trying to repair my relationship with purple, but it's not something I'm naturally going to gravitate to. I like this. That's a good option. Ooh, yellow. Yellow feels more summer though. I think of summer as yellow and blue in my head, and spring as more pink and green and cream. Ooh, I like that. Roses are my favorite. I'm sure you'll all be shouting your own opinions in the comments, which is totally fine. We're all made different, and we all would go about this in a different way, and that's cool. Okay, I'm thinking either this one or this one for the background. I think I want to do this one. So we'll need two of them. Okay, now we need an accent pattern. I do have this one. This is called Botanical Garden. This is also from Hobby Lobby. What I like is that they have florals on one side and a different pattern entirely on the back. The solid is nice. Not quite the right shade. Ooh, that's pretty. The shade is there. Is it too busy though? Oh no, we used this before. Look. We used that before. Don't want to do that. Oh man, there's not a lot of options. I have very few options available to me. Alright, I've decided on this. It's not a perfect match, but I think it's gonna do the job. Now I'm going to trace. There, we've got our base now. Let me check and see if the size is correct. It's pretty close. Try it inside this guy. Ooh, yeah, it'll fit. Okay, cool. So what I did the last time is just rip. Now there is a bit of a science to this. If you want the white to show, you have to pull up from the spot you want to show. If you pull down, the white will show on the bottom. So let's see. I want white to show all the way across, so I'm going to pull up instead of down. This doesn't have to be perfect. In fact, for what I want, imperfect looks better. Ooh, that's a lot of white. So if there's a lot of white showing, that's okay. I can just rip again, take off some of the excess. Perfect. Okay, now I gotta do the other side. Again, I'm gonna pull up as opposed to pulling down. Let me see. So about there. Ooh, that's smaller than I wanted. Oh dear. It's fine, it'll work. Now, before I glue this down, I do want to look for a nice big flower I can cut out. Ooh, that might be good. This might be nice, actually. I know a lot of people who are not artistically inclined will often ask, you know, how did you choose what to cut out and what to match with what? And there is a science to it. The problem is I can't really explain it to you because it comes naturally. Like, for example, I had a math teacher who was excellent at math, but horrendous at teaching it. He knew what to do because he was good at it, but he had total inability of teaching someone else how to do what he could do naturally. The same goes for me with creative things. Sometimes I can explain it. Like, for instance, I'm trying to match colors as well as theme. So obviously the theme is spring, which means we're pulling from a lot of flowers. We're trying to match similar colors. But the thing about creative stuff, the reason I love it, is that it's really freeing. There's rarely a wrong way to do it. Something that helps me if I don't have a clear vision of what I'm wanting is that I'll look for inspiration. But Pinterest, for instance, is a great resource for ideas. So you can see this is my craft idea folder, and I have pinned so many crafts. Like this, I love this. They look like little Polaroids, but they're made out of clay or pottery, and someone has painted the images onto them, and then you use them like magnets. Or different crochet ideas like this bag, where you do a granny pattern like I did with my teal blanket, except you make it into a bag instead of a blanket. So cool to see what other people have done and grab inspiration from other people's genius. What's the saying? There are no original ideas, which I think can be very freeing in the, well, I don't want to do something exactly like somebody else guilt. Because if you think about it, we're all copying from the same creator anyway. And you know what they say, imitation is the highest compliment. Oh, I also have this. I forgot I had that. I've got a little bag of goodies I totally forgot about, and I immediately see things that would match. They have little quotes on them, but it's really hard to see. I have to hold it really close to my own face in order to see what's being said. This doesn't look like it has a quote, which I really like about it. I also have this bag of goodies. They're a bit 3D, so I'd have to be careful with what I chose. But the smaller pieces might add something. This is what I do. I play. There's no commitment until you glue it down, and sometimes even then you can rip it up and you're not committed anymore. But even for me, I would consider myself artistically inclined. I still have to sort of try things and map out what feels good, and if it doesn't feel good, I don't do it. So this has a good color, and the leaves sort of match some of them that are back here. So I like that. That could work. I love the color of this. I think that'll be nice, but I don't know where I would put it. Hopefully this is not boring anybody, making this a little bit of a longer show and tell process, but some of you really wanted a longer form do art together segment, so that's what I'm trying to do. Ooh, here's a good one. May the flowers remind us why the rain is so necessary. Oh, I love that. I like this one too. It says buy yourself flowers, which I do as often as I can. I like to say, if I cannot afford to buy myself flowers, I'm living above my means. This one says, spring, a season of new beginnings, renewal and growth, a chance to start anew. So it's basically just the definition of spring. I love the first tingling of spring, when sunlight lingers just a little longer, and you could almost feel the whole world soften as birds chirp nearby, puddles take slowly to the sky, and you gently wake up to what's growing inside. Oh, I like that. That's really cute. If winter has the courage to turn into spring, who says I can't bloom just the same? It's been my experience that you can nearly always enjoy things if you make up your mind firmly that you will. That's Anne of Green Gables. That's cute. Perhaps the reason you are drawn to flowers is not only for their outer beauty, but because they remind you beautiful things will bloom after the longest seasons of waiting. Oh, I love that one. I've talked a lot about how I'm in a season of waiting. Been in one for quite a while. That really speaks to me. I think that's what I want to do. Okay, so what I'm going to do is take these off for now, scoot these to the side, and I'll write in pen, I'm committing here, the quote. Question is, do I want to do it in print or in cursive? Okay, so I have the quote written. What I'd like to do is incorporate that annotation look where I highlight certain words, circle certain words, underline certain phrases, and just make it look like it's part of a book that I've annotated. Okay, I'm thinking the green might be better since we've got green accents coming through. I also have a teal pen. Would show up better in pink. I kind of like the teal better, which surprises me, but that's why we test. There, that looks cute. Okay, so now I want to glue at least this part down. Okay, I think I'm done. It turned out very different than what I was originally envisioning, but I am really happy with the result. Would you like to see? Let me put it in the case and then I'll show you what it looks like all put together. I really love how this turned out. I love it. That turned out so good. Very scrapbooky. I feel like the other one I did, where'd that go? I feel like this one was a lot cleaner, a lot neater, and this one is a bit messier, but I kind of love that because creativity can look a little messy, but the overall picture makes it all make sense. Plus, this isn't to impress anyone. This is just for me, and if I love it, that's what matters. I try not to compare my art too closely to other people's art because that takes the joy out of it real quick. And you have to remember, we're all made differently. Our minds perceive things completely different to our neighbor. So what someone else would have done with all of these scrapbooking supplies would have turned out completely different than what I did. But I'm really happy with this. I think this is cute. Definitely the vibes I was going for. Spring and floral. All right, now that I've done that, it's time to clean up, which is never as fun as doing the creative stuff. So I'm gonna charge my camera because it's pretty close to death at this point after all that filming and clean all this up. Today is Tuesday? Is that right? No, today's Monday. Oh, that's the worst. Clearly my brain just wants to bypass Monday altogether. I've already gotten started on work, tackled emails, prepping for a new launch, all the quiet, low brain energy tasks. I like to save those for first thing in the morning so I don't have to do any hard thinking so soon after I wake up. It's sunny today, which I'm so pleased about. That means I can go outside and take some pictures for the Joy Club. I'm wearing the local market shirt again this morning. Why not? But that's actually perfect because I want to go outside at some point today, probably on my lunch break, and take some product photos. Also, who remembers this eyeshadow palette? I used to use this constantly. How many of you have been here since my channel was makeup content? Anybody remember that? Oh, that feels like a different era. That feels like a different Cassie. I don't know why I pulled this out again, but I thought, let me just explore all the colors again, just for fun. I mean, it's been so long. Oh, stop it. Can you stay put where I put you? Look at all of these colors. I don't know if this palette is available anymore. It's Jaclyn Hill and Morphe. Is that right? Yeah. Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. But look at all of the colors. If memory serves, this was a pretty penny to purchase, but the fact that I get all of these colors and I still have it and I haven't hit pan on any of them, this is lasting me a long time. We're not going to talk about whether or not it's expired. I don't really believe in looking at expiration dates for eyeshadow and powdered things like that. I'm not huge into makeup like I was. Most of the time, what I do is very minimal, but every so often I get the urge to do something fun with my eyes. I've been foundation free for, has it been 5-ish years? And I love it. Absolutely will never go back. I'm not saying I wouldn't do it for special occasions, but I definitely wouldn't do it for day to day. My skin definitely behaves better when it's able to breathe. I've also stopped wearing skincare. This is the only skincare I use. It's tallow balm. And my skin has never been healthier. My fine lines go away. Every time I use it, it's like, my skin is so happy when I apply it. I've decided to do a little teal moment above my upper lash line, like eyeliner. I used to do this all the time in college, only I would do it on my lower lash line. I would mix teal and dark blue, and I would always get compliments on it, but that was my signature eye makeup look back in the day. The mascara I'm going to use, I really like this. I got it from Walgreens randomly one day. I needed new, so I just popped in to see what they had. This is L'Oreal Paris Voluminous Curved Brush. I really like this because it goes on really well. It isn't clumpy, it stays throughout the day, and it doesn't smudge too badly as I wear it. I've done one eye. Let me show you the difference. So my left eye has mascara on right now. My right eye does not. Look at the difference in my lashes. I have very long, thick lashes, but you'd never know it. I like it. So I have what some might consider an odd breakfast, but it works for me. I've got some avocado spread and sliced turkey breast. All of this is from Hungryroot. And I find that this is the perfect breakfast for me. It starts me out with protein. It's super easy because I don't have to cook anything. I just open it and eat it. So that's what I'm going to be devouring this morning while I get started on work for the day. Hello, welcome to my lunch break. I decided that since the sun was out, I would try to take a few pictures of Joy Club samples. The sun has been a little bit unpredictable this last week, and we're quickly running out of time before launch. So I figured I would take advantage while I could and do some video and photos. I'll set the vlog camera up right there and you can see what I'm doing as I do it. It'll probably look very silly, but I basically just put my phone on video and do a bunch of poses, and then after the fact I'll go in and I'll screenshot the poses that I like. It's so much easier than having a clicker, which I do have, but I just rarely use. And then the nice thing is that I already have video shots that I can clip together for TikToks and Reels. I just hope my tripod doesn't blow over in this wind. I bought a heavier one, but it hasn't come in yet, so we're gonna do what we can. That's what I was afraid of. Okay, I've got a stone that I think I can utilize to keep the leg there. Okay, so that's one article of clothing. Gonna brave the cold. Whenever you see these photos or videos, just know sunshine is deceiving. That should do, I think. I can put my sweatshirt back on. One day my goal is to have the finances to buy all of my samples all at once so that I can take pictures all at once instead of having to spread it out across multiple days or even weeks. But right now I'm budgeting everything out of my own money, not out of any profit. Not yet. Someday. So I have to buy samples in installments. Just a little peek into the life of a small business owner first starting out, in case you didn't know. Now I'm gonna go inside, look over the footage that I got, and if I have to come out again after work, I can totally do that. Also, hopefully you can hear me. It's very windy right now. I think we should go back in. Good morning, loves. It's another day. Man, this is quickly turning into a week in my life. It's just kind of how this vlog is going. Just made myself a lunch. I had some spinach that was really looking rough, and I thought, well, let me just take advantage, use some of that so it doesn't all go to waste. This is all Hungryroot, by the way. That's the food delivery service I've been raving to you about for the past month or two. Still loving it. This chicken has bacon in it, which makes it 1,000 times better. I've also grabbed a Poppy. I go between Poppy and Olipop. I don't know if I could say which I was more attached to. I don't really have a favorite, but I do love anything orange flavored in soda form, so I got that. And then today, the plan I have is to decorate for spring. My niece is going to be arriving for her spring break soon, and I want to make sure that if she hangs out up here, everything looks really cute and welcoming for her. I already spent last weekend cleaning like crazy. Thankfully, because my area is so small, I basically live in a tiny house, but it's in a home. So I hesitate to say it's a tiny house, but if you were to just detach my loft and put it on its own property and have it be on its own, it would technically be like a little tiny house. I've got 2 doors, one for the bedroom, one for the bathroom, and that's it. I guess you could call it a really tiny apartment. Thankfully, because it's small, it doesn't take me very long to tidy up. Still got some things to do. I'm not done, but a chunk of it is finished, which is nice. Enough that I feel like I can decorate. For me, I have to clean before I decorate. Otherwise, it feels like I've done nothing but make more of a mess. So either on my lunch break or after work, we will get started on that. I'm very excited to dig out all of my pink spring things. But first, I'm gonna eat my lunch because this smells great and is making me very hungry. Work is done for the day and I can finally dig out my spring decks. They're all in this bin, which is relatively small considering how much I collect for different seasons. Spring and summer seem to be the ones that I collect the least of, probably because it just matches the color scheme I stick to anyway. But one thing I really want to include and put up today is this. So this is a table runner that I bought at a thrift store in Tip City, and it's just the prettiest thing. Oh, I love it so much, including my quilt that you all know and love. I'll have to put that out. Got some flowers to play with, some new blankets to curl up in. Love, love, love. Just a few little touches. Not a huge overhaul of decorations, but sometimes less is more. And I know, I realize that's me saying that. Forever the maximalist. I may add to this over time if I'm out and about and I see some springy decorations that I just can't bear to not take home. But right now, with what I currently have, I'm happy with this. Let's start over here because I feel like I will get a lot of questions about these. I think I took you on a trip to Aldi and they were selling these at Christmas time. They're battery operated candles. So the flame is obviously not real, there's a light inside, but they're coated in real wax so they feel and look like real candles. They obviously fit into different kind of candle holders. I have a plethora of them at this point, so I just grabbed a few I wasn't using. I will eventually put my vase of flowers back here. The flowers are dying right now, so I really don't want to display them until I get fresh ones. This is probably my favorite spring piece I've ever thrifted. It's got this see-through backing and everything is embroidered, I guess. Let me give you a close-up of how it looks. So delicate, so pretty. Oh my gosh. It matches my nails. I'm nothing if not on brand. I always look forward to pulling this out because it just brightens the entire room. Then of course we've got my trusty candle warmer. I literally don't know what I would do without this. Well, obviously I would just burn candles the normal way, but this is so nice. Fills the room with whatever scent I've got going, and it's so much nicer not having to worry about an open flame. Over here is my little cozy corner. I've had a few additions since last you saw it. Some of you who came with me to Joann Fabrics and saw that vlog will have seen that I added some storage in this part of the corner. I need another home for this. This is not its permanent place, but I don't have anywhere else to put it, but it's a little lap table. I also bought this really cool cup holder table. It's super heavy on the bottom so that there's no fear of it tipping over. Let's talk about blankets. Blankets are probably my favorite way to decorate in a home. I don't think I'm going to have both of these here now that I'm looking at them. I thought maybe they would complement each other well. I'm thinking maybe not. So what I'd like to do instead is pull this off because I want to do something different with this guy. There. That's a little better. This pillow was actually recommended to me by one of you. One of you commented, I think it was in an Instagram DM, and linked me to these pillowcases. Thank you to whoever did that. I had just made my Joy Club logo. For anybody who doesn't know, my clothing company, the Joy Club, the logo for it are pink, groovy, kind of wavy squares. So whenever any of you see pink squares out in the wild, you all tell me about it, and it's just the best thing. I love that that's the thing that has united us. So to the person who linked me to these pillowcases, thank you. They're so soft. I love them. Now for this blanket, I think kind of want to have it by the window. I love this cushion. I got this from Aldi as well. Love this cushion. It makes sitting on this window bench so nice. But I think the thing that's missing is a blanket. This was also thrifted, and as you can see, it's pretty beat up, so I don't feel too worried about it getting handled a little bit more than a blanket over there or on my couch, like if people sit on it and things like that. I think that looks nice. If you have any suggestions on how to display a blanket on a window bench any prettier than this, let me know, but right now this will do. Feels good to sit down in my newly decorated cozy corner. I know this isn't as involved as other decorate with me's that I've taken you along for. Spring, I don't know, I just don't have an abundance of spring stuff because again, a lot of the non-seasonal good for all year round stuff I have out all the time matches it. Again, very consistent. I just gravitate to colors that naturally match, so there's really not a lot to trade out, if that makes sense. I'll link what I can in the description box as well as any dupes that I can find on Amazon for you. I know that's one of the more frustrating things about me showing you my decorations because a lot of them are thrifted, but I always try to do my best and give you a close alternative whenever I can. So always make sure to look in the description box of every video because I usually have discount codes, links to things mentioned, brands I mention all the time or consistently recommend. It's just started to rain outside, so I can hear the pitter patter of rain falling on my window. My window's open just a little bit, so I'm getting that fresh rain smell. I'm definitely a sunshine girl at heart, but oh man, there's something about a cozy rainy day that I just love. Although what I really need to do is finalize stuff for my new Joy Club launch. And at the time I'm filming this may or may not come out after launch. I'm not sure yet. If this goes up after we've launched, I'll leave a link to the storefront for you so you can browse all of the spring things I've made for you. This might be the collection that I have been the most excited for. I'm offering new items I've never sold before, new variants of items you all love, better, more color options, better design, all that stuff. And I'm just really excited. I think that's the most scary thing about creating anything is that the minute you show it to someone else, you're opening yourself up to criticism or having people not love it as much as you do, or even half as much as you do. And that's a sliver I carry with me anytime I share a creative endeavor. But hopefully you guys like what you see and just know a lot of love and creativity went into this. I will leave the vlog here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this week in my life vlog. That was not the intention, but it sort of just happened that way. Sometimes life makes decisions for us. And the busyness of this week definitely did that for me. If you're new and haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you never miss a future video from me. My schedule is a little bit topsy-turvy at the moment. A lot of spinning plates in my life that I'm trying to all keep aloft. Someday, I'm saying it now, I will have a consistent schedule. I will be posting multiple times a week. It's gonna happen. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Love you guys. Mwah. Bye!